Hello everybody, it is Wednesday, March 3rd, and this is a white, yellow, orange, green belt class. I'm sorry, it's white, yellow, orange belt class. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Just wanted to tell you today's class is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be off on a totally different theme for you guys. So a little bit different. We've been working fighting combinations and self-defense, straight curriculum for the last couple days. We're going to do something totally different today, and then we'll ease back into other stuff next week. Before we get started though, guys, as always, we need you guys to do your warm-ups. So you're going to pause the video, go to your app, click on curriculum, click on Leave Online, and do your warm-ups. See you back here in about 10 minutes. All right, welcome back. Excuse me. So, every once in a while when I'm shooting these videos, I'm so worried about just getting you content, getting you curriculum, and getting you that stuff that I sometimes forget about some of the little things that we talk about on a regular basis here in the classroom. Little things like how we stand and proper body positioning and why we do certain things certain ways. Remember, we're learning martial arts for many reasons: discipline, confidence, non-quitting spirit. But self-defense is obviously one of the key aspects of this. Now, the best self-defense is avoiding a situation before you ever get into it. So remember, many fights and things like that, they happen because of ego and pride and people not wanting to be embarrassed or trying to look cool. We don't need that. If you guys can get that out of your system and not worry about it, then you're going to avoid a lot of conflicts. However, there are eventually going to be conflicts that you can't avoid. So the first thing we want to talk about is our vulnerable areas and the way we stand. So for example, if I'm facing Senpai Bailey here like this, come a little closer to me, the way he's standing right now, if I was a bully and I got in his face or even an argument over a parking spot or anything like that, you see people all the time getting chesty and stuff like this, maybe pushing their lacrosse stick into somebody's chest, and they're standing square onto each other, right? They're just like this. The problem is, the way Senpai Bailey is standing, he's very, very vulnerable. His face, his neck, his stomach, his groin are all very easy targets for me to hit. Okay, also he has no balance, okay? So now the first thing we want to talk about is how do we eliminate those vulnerable areas, okay? So if we do have somebody approach us, a potential conflict in our face, we want to ready our stance, ready our position for him. So the first thing Senpai Bailey does is he turns sideways. Good. Now that made it a little harder for me to hit him. The stomach, I kind of got to come around. The face, got to come around. The groin, I got to come around. Okay. He also has better balance this way. Okay. So he's in a better position. This position obviously looks like the first part of our defensive stance, right? So that's one of the main things we have to think about right off the bat is getting our body turned sideways, getting better balance, and eliminating our vulnerable areas, okay? So we turn sideways. Now your foot position when we turn sideways, we want our feet still to be about shoulder width apart, okay? About shoulder width apart. Sometimes you guys end up like this, and when you're like this, you can't pivot, you can't move. You want your feet beneath your shoulders like we talked about a couple weeks ago when we did footwork. Now, I want you to imagine here, if there is an argument and the first thing Senpai Bailey does during the argument is turn sideways, okay, he's in good shape. But now, if he puts his hands up to protect himself like he's in a fight, well, you know what he just did, guys? He just escalated. If he puts his hands up like he's ready to fight, like he's ready to defend himself, he escalated a fight. Well, now I'm going to get in my stance and somebody's going to throw, okay? So how can Bailey get his hands up to protect himself without escalating the fight? And that's what we're going to do right now. So what Bailey's going to do is he's going to take his left hand, he's going to put it on his chin, and his right hand underneath. Just like this. Like he's thinking, he's hanging out, he's talking with his hands. His hand can be out in front of him like this. But now what he's doing here is this arm's protecting his body, okay? This arm here can be used to shove your opponent away, okay? It can be used to strike. It can also be used to block, right? Then once he engages, now he's going to go right to his defensive stance. So we call this our thinking stance. So when we do this, Bailey's in an argument. Here we go. Guys, you want to go? You want to go? You want to go? So he turns sideways and he just puts his hands up on his chin and he's talking and thinking and talking and thinking, okay? Now, if I try to reach for him, bang, that hand's right there. If he needs to push me away, boom. If I come out and he wants to hit me, bang, right in my face, okay? He's in a good defensive posture, and then he's into his defensive stance. So let's try that together first. So from here, we're going to step back with our right leg and turn our body sideways. Okay, we're going to bring our left hand up to our chin and put our right hand underneath, just like this, like we're thinking. Okay, just like we're thinking. We can talk with this hand. Listen, I don't want any trouble. I didn't mean to take your parking spot. I'm sorry, that you didn't pass that test in school. I'm sorry that I hit a home run off you. I'm sorry that we put 18 goals in on your goalie. I apologize, okay? Your hands are here. If you have to protect yourself, you're ready. So from here, we can shove, okay? We can strike, and we can block. So let's start with our high block here. We're gonna take that left hand and cover our head just like that. And bring it back down. And cover our head, and back down. And cover our head, and back down, and cover our head, and back down. So now instead by Bailey sideways like this, okay, I like to use my bat here, okay? And I'm gonna just try to bop send by Bailey right in the head. Whoop, just like that. Whoop, just like that. Whoop, just like that. Okay? Boom, 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 just like that. So from here, all send by Bailey's gonna do is cover his head. Now, if you don't have a bat, you can just try to bop him on top of the head. Trying to fake you out. Okay, so you can have fun with that. Okay, if you have a couple bats or a couple hands, you okay, just have some fun with that. Do some high blocks. No, stay right there, young man. Okay, so I want you to practice this position from both your right foot stance and then your left foot forward stance. Okay, and you're blocking with the front arm. The front arm is blocking. You want it out front. You don't want to block with the back arm. It's kind of behind you. You want to stop the strike before it gets to you. So do that for a couple minutes and come on back. Okay. All right, welcome back. Now, we're going to practice another strike. We're going to practice what we call the palm strike. Now, my upper belts, you guys have done this a couple times, okay? But it's still something we have to practice. We don't practice it a lot. What's that? Yeah, orange belts are upper belts compared to white belts, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so when we do the palm strike, we're going to hit with the heel of the palm right here. And I like to pivot on the back foot, just like we do in a back punch, just like this. Okay, I love hitting with the palm strike into the nose and the chin and the side of the head. It's a concussive strike, and it's not going to hurt your hands. So we pivot out, and we pivot back. We pivot out, and we pivot back. We pivot out, and we pivot back. Ready, go.
Kia.
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 Switch your stance. Pivot out, and bring it back. Pivot out, and bring it back. And pivot out, and bring it back. Go.
Kia.
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 Good. So now I'm going to grab a hand target here. If you don't have a hand target, that's fine. You can use your hand. It's like doing high fives. Just going to hold this up here, and Seth by Bailey's going to practice 25 palm strikes.
Kia.
1,
Kia.
2,
Kia.
3,
Kia.
20,
Kia.
5. Okay. Now he's going to do the other side.
25. Kia.
1,
Kia.
2,
Kia.
3,
Kia.
20,
Kia.
5. Okay? So he did 25 on both his left and his right. Pause the video, get your reps in, and come back when you guys are done. All right, welcome back. I don't know why I just threw that hand target, but we need that for a second. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put those strikes together, that block and that strike. So get in your thinking stance again, Seth by Bailey. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and I'm going to hit him over the head, and then Seth by Bailey's going to palm strike
Kia.
with his backhand.
Kia.
Good. So what's kind of happening here, guys? I came at him all of a sudden here. This leaves me wide open and exposed for that strike right there. Now, once you've heard the old saying, you pop a bully once, he's like a balloon, they go away. You pop the bully and he goes away. So right here, high block.
Kia.
Good.
Kia. 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 Kia.
Okay. Have a little fun with it, guys. Do it on both your left and your right. If you don't have hand targets there, okay, you can simply do this.
Kia. Kia.
It's like he's high-fiving me.
Kia. Kia.
Just like that. Work both your left and your right. Pause the video. Come back when you guys are done. All right, guys. Welcome back. So, listen, guys. Something I wanted to talk to you about. It's very, very important. So, we come to the classroom. We're studying martial arts. We're studying martial arts because we want to get better at martial arts. Anything in life we want to get better at, we have to practice. Practice. Now, in the classroom, we practice through repetition here. We do the same thing over and over again. That's how we reinforce things. However, we're falling short of what we're trying to accomplish if the only time we practice is when we are in the classroom. We have to take that practice regimen home with us. We have to work on this at home. Okay? So what I try to tell everybody is, you don't need to spend hours a day practicing martial arts. especially as a beginner student. You don't need to be working for hours, but if you practice one belt level a day for 10 minutes a day every day, it's going to do wonders for you. Okay, so white belts, you would just practice your white belt stuff for 10 minutes every day. Maybe your fighting combinations, maybe your self-defense, maybe your punches, your kicks, whatever it is. Yellow belts, you practice white belt and yellow belt. Maybe you alternate them. White today, yellow tomorrow, white the next day, yellow the next day for 10 minutes. So you don't forget what you did at white belt. Orange belts, you're practicing white, then yellow, then orange, then back to white, then yellow and orange. One belt level a day for 10 minutes a day, every day. Practice, guys. It's not overrated. It's underutilized. We need to reinforce these skills because the bottom line is, in a crisis situation, we always revert to our lowest level of training. And if we're not practicing, our martial arts is not going to be there for us. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's class. Thanks for being Lima Strong. We'll see you online, and we'll see you on the mat. Oos.